Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Lay of the Film Exorcist. Now tonight we will be reviewing Fire Force, a superhuman firefighter force formed to deal with supernatural fire incidences while also trying to save the world from terrorist organization that wants to create a new world. Now before we move on to my opinion, I'd like to just announce that this video is sponsored by Animal, so go buy yourself some amazing low-priced anime merch, including cute figurines to brighten up your collection. And every time you use the code FILM, you'll get 5% off your purchases, and you will be helping the channel. Now on to my opinion. I've been watching this series since it came out on Toonami, so I have a special connection to the show, which is why I feel that since we haven't really gotten a confirmation for the third season yet, I figured it was time we take a look at both the first and second seasons of the show. Now while I get most people might just see this as a copy of any of the major shonen anime because of the type of characters in the show, but they're wrong, because while our main protagonist is just as selfish as the others, he also constantly thinks about the goals of restoring his family, which he lost during a supernatural fire, and because of this, he's trying to bring together his country so that they can save the world from the evil White Clad, and Shinra's younger brother Sho. Now unlike the other protagonists in the shonen genre, Shinra isn't overpowered like Naruto or Goku. He's just as normal as the rest of his team, except he has the power to connect with certain people using an Adola link that connects to the world of Adola, which we have no clue about other than what Shinra said, which is basically a dark, hellish place run by the world's devil. Now, I also didn't learn until later that this show was actually created by the same creator that made Soul Eater, Atsushi Akubo. And sadly, this series was announced in May 2020 as his last manga, which is really sad because I love his art style and his shows in general. And actually, you can kind of see Shinra as kind of a more heroic version of Soul. Actually, most of the characters look very similar to other characters from Soul Eater, which is really awesome, and I love how they added the creepy sun near the end. And unlike the bigger show's filler episodes, this series found a way to turn them into actual working episodes. Like the one where Iris and Shinra go to the baptizing church to baptize their weapons, and end up discussing how faith brings hope to those who are hopeless, while also questioning what it would take to shake a sister's faith in their own God. Now, if any of the other shows did this kind of episode, they would have turned it into this big adventure that would sooner or later lose the meaning that it was trying to tell. I'm looking at you, Naruto, and that weird ostrich zoo episode. So the Fire Force knows how to use more subtlety than the rest. Oh, and the music is amazing. I mean, the first opening, Inferno, starts the series off with a rock song that basically reveals the fast pace of some of the Inferno attacks, while also revealing the basic powers of our main characters, and if you read the English lyrics, it actually acts as Shinra's theme because it speaks about saving people and trying to live your life to the fullest instead of letting your light go out. Now the second opening is an awesome, powerful metal song called Mayday that takes some ideas from real Firehouse announcements, showing the series' dedication to the idea that they are based on ideas of real firefighters who put their lives on the line to save people every day despite the risks. It also introduces us to some of the characters that have just joined the cast, like Sho, the White Clad, Licht, and Vulcan. Season 2, on the other hand, is actually another great rock song called Spark Again, which mostly focuses on the 8 squads and the White Clad, expressing the 8's new plan to bring together the squads and save the pillars, before the White Clad do. and it shows the onward conflict between Shinra and his brother Sho. And our final opening is called Torch of Liberty, which reveals Hajime, the 8th's newest acquaintance, and it shows that the show will be going to newer places like Juggernaut's home country of China, and it reveals much bigger infernos. Now the endings are pretty cool too, because most of them either focus on Iris and her time as a nun, or they look like video games, which is an awesome concept, because who doesn't like video games? But yeah, the series' music works because they use their show's concept to tell a story, while also telling the actual story. They tell the actual story, and a lot of the shows we watch these days don't even want to try making their music, because half the time they think people are just watching the show for the characters or the story. But no, I watch it for those and the great credits that are supposed to get us hyped for the next 30 minutes or an hour. That is a big part of why I enjoyed this series more, because they try to please their audience while also trying to reach their own goals. Now the series does also dedicate its time to fully flesh out their characters, like showing us Maki's home life and revealing the truth behind Nataku's home life and why he's so obsessed with beating Kurano. This series' reversed version of Hunter x Hunter's Hisoka. And Season 2 does also take its time to reveal more about the White Clad's plan to destroy the world, while also taking the idea that Shinra's fight to save his brother is more important than the rest of the story. Because at this point, he realizes what's more important. Let me rephrase that. Shinra realizes that saving the world is more important than just bringing him and his family together, because at this point Sho is a bit far gone, so Shinra just needs to focus on defeating him and saving the world, like most Fire Force soldiers should do. And that's what makes him different from the other characters. So yeah, I really like the show, and I give it my signature 10 out of 10, because it knows what it's doing and rarely gets boring, to the point that the first season introduces the characters, and the second takes the time to explore the characters more while introducing others, and finding new ways to make them work while keeping a great pace, unlike what I've seen from its sister series, The Promised Neverland, which I'm hoping everyone is wrong, especially when they say Season 2 is bad. So, we will be hitting that one up pretty soon. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and click the little notification bell for more of our content. And stay fiery, guys.